Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Labor Day weekend. My name is Vic Sinise, and I'm your host of EuroNurse. Yes, euronurse.com. We meet every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you're joining us live from Facebook, YouTube, or from LinkedIn, welcome to the show. For those YouTubers out there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if this is your first time visiting EuroNurse, be sure to check out our website at euronurse.com to learn more about the show. It's also the best place to go for any of our past episodes. And it's the best place to go if you want to check out the new EuroNurse Plus area, where you can actually listen to us in your car from our audio podcast, our all audio part. And it's available on all your favorite podcast shows. If you're not getting the newsletter and want to get it, and I don't know why you wouldn't, just go to the website and fill that out. You'll be able to get the newsletter. Comes every Monday with all the information about upcoming shows and a lot of good things to get there. Of course, if you're watching us live, fill in any questions you have for us in the comment box. Now, for those that are part of the SUNA organization, be sure to check out this month's magazine for urologic nursing, because yours truly wrote an article about EuroNurse on it. So it's a good read. I encourage everybody to check that one out. And this week, I'm going to be talking to you all about, I moved to Indiana, so it's y'all, about AI and YouTube Shorts and Reels. Most of you probably know what they are. If you don't, you'll know after this lecture. So, and how we can make these. Right now, let's go ahead and bring in our experts. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show.
Good morning, everyone.
I do see somebody here. I did not get back into the stream. Hey, John, just got you in there. I just saw you come in at the end.
Good morning.
So welcome to the show, everyone. It's a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Glad to see I've got a good, strong group coming in. So as always, I'm going to bring you up here for your introduction and favorite story if you have one. Let's start off with Andrea. And just swing you over here. There we go. Andrea, go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Andrea Strong. I'm a nurse practitioner in Wisconsin. I've been working in urology since 2010. I've worked as a nurse, and I'm also a certified nurse. I am the educational director for the Chicago Metro SUNA chapter. And I don't know a story today, but I do use healthcare AI on a regular basis. If you have access to the electronic medical record system called Epic, when you order a new medication, there's actually an interactions check that you can use. So whenever I order an antibiotic, I use that interactions check and make sure that there's no significant drug-drug interactions. So that's how I use AI in my practice every day.
Wow, good tip. Didn't know about that one. Lori, welcome to the show.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lori Atkinson, and I am a certified urology registered nurse. I've been working in urology for 25 years. I currently work at Northwestern in Geneva and Winfield, Illinois. So I had a story. If anybody knows me, I am a huge Diet Coke person. Like, Diet Coke is like, I have to have it. It's my coffee. And so my mom had sent me this T-shirt that she had found that she was going to get me. And it says, I'm either drinking Diet Coke, about to drink Diet Coke, thinking about drinking Diet Coke, or pissing out kidney stones.
Love it. Love it. Always a good story from you. Hey, John, good morning.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm a private practice urologist in Gilbert, Arizona, who's paying it forward by sharing my experience in the business and clinical aspects of medicine to benefit my colleagues. One of the ways that I'm doing so is by creating the Thriving Urology Practice Facebook group. We're currently close to 2,400 US-based urology practice folks collaborate to help improve our practices, and it's all for free. The story I have today involves a 73-year-old lady. You see, her husband, she came in with her husband, whom I was treating for intermediate risk prostate cancer. I saw them this week. At the end of the visit, as we were walking out towards the checkout area, she says, Dr. Lin, can I see your studio? And I'm thinking, wait, what are you talking about? Oh, the studio. You mean this where I am right now, because we had done one telemedicine visit, and I guess she wanted to see where I do the telemedicine visit. So I brought her over here, show her with how things are set up and where the cameras are, and then the sound absorbing board. She was very, very fascinated with all of this, and she thought, wow, this is really neat. So why do I tell you this story? But so she's 73 years old, and she's actually still very curious. And through our conversation, she said, I've only been using computers for 12 years. So she just, obviously, she didn't grow up with computers, no pagers, cell phones, or anything like that. And yet she's intellectually curious enough to want to learn more. So the bottom line is, you want to always be thinking about, how do I continually improve what I do? And never be complacent. There's a Japanese word called kaizen, continuous process improvement. And I encourage everyone to think about that in whatever you do, whatever tasks that you take on in your everyday lives. Back to you, Dick.
That's great. All right. And I'm your host, and I'm also the speaker for today's show, Vic Sinise. I've been involved in urology for 40 years and love paying it back, love meeting with everybody here on the panel, and couldn't do it without you guys. I'm going to go ahead and tell a favorite story I had. So last week, as some of you may remember that saw the show, I talked about my set list that I was playing during prostate biopsies called Yacht Rock. So I thought, well, it's only fair that I go ahead and bring in my set list for vasectomies. Since John does a lot of those, he might want to copy this. I had to make my own playlist here. So here's what I like to put on when we do vasectomies. Sheryl Crow's The First Cut is the Deepest. Cuts Like a Knife by Bryan Adams. Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis. Hurt So Good by John Mellencamp. Here's a good one for you. I Will Survive. Most patients will. But if you don't, another one bites the dust.
I love it.
So that's what I like to put on during vasectomies. And a lot of patients will catch up to what I'm trying to pull off.
Oh, that's so great.
So that's my vasectomy playlist. All right. So let's get on to our show. Today, we're going to be talking about AI and YouTube Shorts and Reels. Now, I know it's a little divergence from our usual urology talk, but hey, it's Labor Day weekend. I figured let's do something fun. And there's a lot to this thing. I think you'll find it interesting. So if you haven't checked out these other episodes on AI, it wouldn't hurt. Episode 32, I talked about ChatGPT, which I'm going to use, but I won't explain that in this particular video. And then 47, I talked about how you can use AI tools to create your PowerPoint presentations. So if you're a presenter, it's a great one. But this one's going to be different. So again, check those out. So what the heck is this short and reel stuff? Well, at its very key, it's a short video. So it's got to be 1 minute or less. Otherwise, it won't qualify. So they have to be short. And instead of our usual video like you're probably looking at right now, which is called 16:9, they're 9:16. So it's the way the phone looks. And they're designed to be watched primarily on a phone and flip through pretty quickly. So why do we even care about these things? Well, good reason. So in today's busy day, everybody's got so much information coming to them. We're all so busy, everything going on. We don't have as much time to sit down sometimes and watch a 1 hour program. So this offered a way of bringing information and probably entertainment in a much quicker session. So we know that these short videos have higher engagements, and that can help you to build a loyal audience. Now, if you're in this type of business like we are here with UroNurse, we're trying to build an audience because it's good to get the message out. The more people that get the message, the better. The chance of a viral potential for the video, which is what I guess everybody wants to do, unless you're a country and western singer who writes about the Richmond and the Richmond north of Richmond, it's hard to become viral. So the short form videos tend to be more viral liking because you can share them so easily. Also, the big thing is social media platforms are prioritizing these, meaning they're giving them a little bit more of a boost on their systems, and that may help to build your channel. Now, the reason all this stuff happened was because of a product called TikTok. Now, I'm going to tell you that I don't use TikTok. It's just personal reasons. I just never cared to get into it. But it came out in, I think, 2016, and it's was brought in by China. And whether you believe it or not, they're spying on you. That's up to you. But anyway, that's why some people don't like to use it. But you cannot discount how quickly it's grown. So in 2018, it was introduced in the American market. And in the short term between then and now, it went from having 100 billion views to 1 trillion views. And people like YouTube and Facebook, which are still at a higher level than them, have noticed, and they want to make sure they're not getting lost. So that's why these both Facebook and YouTube have adopted YouTube as shorts and Facebook as reels. They're much easier to discover because they give them their own little spots. So you can see on the left there, the shorts that's on YouTube. Just click them; they'll bring those up. The right here or the upper side, I have the reels shown, or I guess on the right. And again, these have their own dedicated platforms. So in a nutshell, they're engaging, they're quick, they're easily shareable, and they get the algorithms to help to push them along. And that's why they're so successful. Now, don't just take my word for it. I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus. Knights of Columbus is a group that gets together and does a lot of charitable things. And big surprise, I'm their technology guy. And so one of the things that I do is I run their Facebook page. And this is for our local council, not the big nationwide one, just our little local council here in Indiana. Anyway, we want to attract more members. So they said, hey, can you set up a Facebook page? I did. Members sent me pictures. And one of the members put this really nice thing together here, which I posted up on our Facebook page for what the Knights do all the time. And you can see we're kind of into a lot of giving and charitable things, hoping to attract people. Well, that particular posting had 157 views. Now, we recently had a barbecue at our last meeting, and the Grand Knight barbecued up some hot dogs and sausages and hamburgers. And, we took a few pictures. I took those pictures and created a reel out of those. And that had over 1,000 views. So you can see it's by a factor of 10. People are attracted to these reels, to the video. That's what they want to see. Now, I'm not going to cheat you out of seeing that thing because here's that video. All right, now, so that's a short-term video. It's, you can see it was in the phone view and got that music going there. I'm kind of grooving to it when I just listen to it. But I can tell you that I have done video editing for years. I have a Final Cut Pro version on my computer. I'm pretty adept at doing video editing. For me to edit those pictures and create what you just saw on a typical video editor would have probably taken, for that 1 minute video, a half hour at least, maybe even longer, because there was captions and things like that in there that I would have had to type in. So that's just not really doable. It takes too long. And I can promise you, I didn't use that particular piece of equipment to do this. Instead, I've used something that uses AI, artificial intelligence. And I looked at several different companies that are out there. There's many places that are doing this. But I found this one, Pictory. Now, I'm not affiliated with them. They don't give me any money for, telling about it, or if you sign up, I don't get anything. But I just, at my own, looked at things and found this one to be the best. So it's Pictory.ai if you're interested. And it is a AI that will create these shorts for you. And let's talk about how it does that. One of the things I will mention is, it's a paid plan, so you have to pay for these subscriptions. But it says full access to over 3 million licensed stock videos and images. And that's huge, because if you're doing presentations or video work, etc., you just can't go to Google and steal those images. Those are, most of the time they're copyrighted or protected at least. So you need something called a license. You have to pay and license those things. And before I bought this program, I was paying about $100 a year into a company that has stock footage that I could just use for all my videos. And that's where I got my sources. Now, of course, I talked about some of the AI stuff I produced also, but I think when you build this into the cost, it's really a reasonably good program. And it has a lot of nice features. It comes in three different types of programs that you can buy into, depending on how much you want to do. I use the standard, which gives me 30 videos a month. So that works out just fine for me. I will recommend, they do offer a free trial. Take the free trial up because you get to do 3 video projects. Now, you know, at 3 projects, that's not a whole lot of projects, but they're free and it gets you a taste of what it's like. More importantly, and I've got the prices there. If you buy it by the month, it's $23. If you buy it by the year, it comes down to $19 per month. But here's the kicker. If you get the free trial, they're probably going to send you one of these. And this offer is really cool because it just shows you what the discount can be. And it's hello 25 and you get 25% off for life. Now, I can tell you when I did it, I got 30% off for life on my subscription. And it was hello 30. So wink, wink. If you decide to go this way, we're trying to hello 30. Maybe it still counts for 30%. So, but anyway, if you're going to do it, make sure you sign up for the free account because you'll probably get a discount too. Now, what does it do? Well, it's got these 4 things that it offers: script to video, article to video, editing video using text, and visual to video. And we're going to go through 3 out of the 4. I never really used the yellow one. You can take a YouTube video or something and directly pump it in there and it'll create a short for you. Again, I haven't used it. They all have little tutorials built into them. So if you're interested in that, check it out. But I'm going to go through the ones that I use just to kind of let you know. A little bit about video. If you're not doing that, these are big files and you do decide on the top, you can see 1080 versus 720. I always like to use 1080p. That's high definition. 720 is still good definition. Your old-fashioned TV was 480s, just to kind of give you an idea of the quality. But look at the size of the file. So 1 minute video is 6 megabytes in 720. It goes up to 11 in 1080. And then you can click that little button that says optimize, and it'll also kind of compress it down and make it a little bit smaller so you save some space. Now, in the old days, that was huge because big videos just wouldn't play very well. They'd take a long time to load in the beginning. But I can tell you that FaceTime and Facebook and YouTube all have compression that they put on it, and they got tricks to make these things load a lot quicker. So that's not really an issue anymore. And then you can see there's 3 formats that they offer to create the videos in: the 16:9, the normal, the 9:16, which is what we're looking for. And then you can make a square 1:1. So what we're going to do is go into that right now. So this is ChatGPT, and I told it to create a 30-second commercial about Pictory creating YouTube Shorts and Facebook basically for this particular show. And that's what it did. So I can copy and paste that information that it creates, and I like to plug it into my word processor. I just find that that's a little more convenient. And there it is. It's in my word processor. At this point, I can take whatever I want and go in there and change it or use it as is. But you can do some customization. Then I go ahead and copy that, and then I'm going to paste that into this program. We'll see that coming up here. So we're opening up Pictory right now, and there it is. So we're going to use that pink box. I guess it's pink. And so you're going to convert written words into a video commercial. So let's see how it goes. I'm just giving it a title here. And now you see I pasted those in. And really, that's about all there is to it. It'll do most of the work. It does allow you to go in if you want to highlight certain words, which I'm going to do in this just because I want to have it kind of grab some things and make them bolder. So you can do some of that. You don't have to, but I like to do it. Now, there you just saw I dropped that sentence down so that it was an extra slide. Each sentence is going to become a video clip by itself. So there we go. And now we just tell it to proceed, and it's going to ask us to pick a template. You get 7 templates. So I go to my templates. I've already made them up and customized them. You can use them over and over again, but it's only the same 7. You have to buy higher levels if you want more than 7. I can't see why you would. They're so customizable. But I'm checking this one out, and I'm going to pick my aspect ratio first. And again, as I mentioned, that 9:16 is the phone one, so that's what we're getting. And there we go. It's fast. It's going through. It's looking at the visual library and trying to match it up to the words that are in the script. And it's going to come up with some ideas for each one of them. So there you can see it broke them into scenes. Each sentence is a scene. And the option you have here is what's called branding, where you can add 2 slides, an intro and an outro slide. I usually put an outro slide in for all of them. I throw my EuroNurse logo that I created, and it's got a little sentence that it puts on there for you, and then I can customize that. On my template, that's one I'm already built out, so easy enough. They had a logo up there that I took out. And now we go back to our story. Now I like to go through the story and I check each one of these to see what video clip it picked out. That looks pretty good. That's ready to rock your social media. I'm good with that. But see, sometimes you have to move them over because of the format. And it's so simple. You just grab it, move it wherever you want. Now we're looking through these other ones, and we're going to go in there and customize all of them because I don't like any of what they picked. And that sometimes happens. Sometimes it's dead on, sometimes it's not. But here it's picking join us to learn, and it's showing like learning guitar. Now I thought this would be more interesting to have it be somebody that's like playing around with a phone, which is what we're doing. So join us to learn more on EuroNurse.com. So you see how you can pick through these, and it offered that for each of these. It offers a group of different videos that you can pick from. You can also increase the font size if you want. Maybe it's a little hard to read. You can move around where the font's located. So it's very flexible, very simple. You can change color of it, bold it, all this kind of stuff. So now we're looking at some of these other clips here, and yeah, that doesn't really kind of go with what I'm going for. Unleash your creativity. I want something that looks like somebody being creative. So you see all this video footage is included. And it pulled up a bunch that it thought would be close. So I'm, even though it didn't get it right for what I wanted, this I think is better. This shows somebody being creative. So that's what I'm picking. Our next one. Now I'm kind of looking at the YouTube side. Maybe this guy's doing a YouTube video. I don't know what he's doing, but definitely not what I want in my commercial. So sometimes, like I said, it can miss. Sometimes it's right on. So, but again, it offered all these YouTube things. And now here's one that looks like the guy's opening up a YouTube short. So I'm going to pick that. It's a matter of just clicking it, and there it appears right there. It actually appeared right where I wanted it. So not much that I need to do to that. So that's good. Now we'll go to our next one. Transform your vision in the drag and drop reality. I'm going to put something with Facebook. Now Facebook, it didn't pick, so I can type it up in the lookup area, that magnifying glass, and it'll bring up Facebook things. And then here's another one that it's kind of looked at animation as being the most important thing. I don't see anything there that I like. So let's switch that over then to text and see what comes up with the text. So you see those are some stuff it offers up. And this is AI kind of breaking it down to what it thinks should go. And so I've got that. And this was looking at clips. So I think she's getting a clip, but that's not what we want. We want something with video clips. So again, we find those video clips right here. That's perfect. We're going to put that one in. And now I've got all my videos set up, and it allows you to preview it. So you can kind of get a rough idea. Now the preview is not going to be the best quality, but it will give you a general idea what it's going to sound like. So we're going to get our preview going here, and you can kind of see what it picked out. That music, it picked out itself. They kind of, I don't know how it picks it out. The AI figures out, looking at what you wrote about, what it thinks would be from words, what it kind of matches it to. But again, customizable. So if you don't like it, that's fine. I kind of like the pictures. I like, if I'm going to have words, may as well have somebody do the voiceover, and better than my doing it, let an AI do it. So they've got a lot of choices. Their AI is pretty good. I'll let you hear that. Look at that, 15,000 tracks to use. Those are all licensed for you to use. You can try them out, see what they sound like until you find one that you really like. I don't like that. You can put it down to like one genre, like film scores, which what I did. Now we took it down to 1,200 choices. Yeah, still not right. I like that kind of driving sound. So then you just hit apply, and it's going to add that one to the film. And then you want to adjust your volumes. It picks 10% for the background. I like crank that up to 20. 50 is good for the back voiceover. So let's hear how this sounds now.
Ready to rock your social media? Unleash your creativity with Pictory's user-friendly platform. Craft mesmerizing YouTube shorts and Facebook reels that steal the spotlight. Transform your vision into reality with drag-and-drop simplicity. Customize animations, add text, and sprinkle your unique style effortlessly. No time? No worries. Pictory's AI magic trims and enhances your clips, making you a content maestro. Join us to learn more on euronurse.com. For more info, check out episode 57 on euronurse.com.
So that's pretty cool. I think it's got the general idea what I want. I'm going to add an intro slide because I like the music. Now, I will tell you, a lot of people will go ahead and not turn on the volume at all, so it probably doesn't matter. But anyway, a little intro slide never hurts, so I'm going to add that just to show you. Typically, if I was doing this, I would have had a lot of this stuff right off the bat, but I wanted to show you how it's done. So I've made a slide cover short for this and put it in that dimension for this episode. And there you go. I'm getting the intro text out because I don't want it to read anything there. So this way here, it'll start with music.
Ready to rock your social media? Unleash your creativity with Pictory's user-friendly platform.
So there, it gives you kind of an idea of what we're doing. And now it's simple enough to download it. You hit that button. Now this takes time. So this is go get get your cup of coffee but here it is. This is what it looks like.
Ready to rock your social media? Unleash your creativity with Pictory's user-friendly platform. Craft mesmerizing YouTube shorts and Facebook reels that steal the spotlight. Transform your vision into reality with drag-and-drop simplicity. Customize animations, add text, and sprinkle your unique style effortlessly. No time? No worries. Pictory's AI magic trims and enhances your clips, making you a content maestro. Join us to learn more on euronurse.com. For more info, check out episode 57 on euronurse.com.
Perfection. Now, the other thing you can do is once you've created this, is make different sizes. So you can pick a 16:9. I wanted to do this mostly just to show you guys how good these clips really are. So this is the full size clip. So here we go.
Ready to rock your social media? Unleash your creativity with Pictory's user-friendly platform. Craft mesmerizing YouTube shorts and Facebook reels that steal the spotlight. Transform your vision into reality with drag-and-drop simplicity. Customize animations, add text, and sprinkle your unique style effortlessly. No time? No worries. Pictory's AI magic trims and enhances your clips, making you a content maestro. Join us to learn more on euronurse.com.
So there we have it. That's creating those shorts. Now you see those all the time. If you get the newsletter, there's now a little bar that says 1 minute video about what the subject is. You click it. It's one of those shorts that I created. I could tell you that since I use this program so much now, I can probably create that in about 10 minutes using this program. And again, if I was trying to do that myself, I would, number one, have to go out and look and search for all that video footage, which would take a long time. But even if I had pre-made video footage, it would probably take me a good half hour to try to do all that. And the voiceover, those AI voices are getting better and better. I kind of mentioned once before, I get these robocalls and they call you up and they sound so realistic because of AI now that it's hard to tell that it's not a real person. I think the same thing, that AI that's reading those is pretty good. I was going to do my own. You can do that yourself. You can record your own voice if you want. I did it, but I like the other guys better. So anyway, a little variety. Now, there's more to it than just that. As I had mentioned, EuroNurse Plus has some new features. One of those is because people like these short videos, I'm trying to create shorts out of our full-length episodes. So here's episode 51, one that was up pretty recently called Aquablation Therapy. And I'm going to create that, turn that into a short. And I've got a couple of things that I do. This is my workflow, so I'm going to share that with you. Whether you do that or not, it's up to you. But anyway, I got a program called ScreenFlow. ScreenFlow is it's not free. And there is no. I don't think there is a free trial. I take it back. There is a free trial, but it's all watermarked, so you need to, if you're going to use it, you'd have to buy it. But anyway, it's $169 for the program. This is an editor that is really used if you wanted to create like videos for, like online learning type things. And it's got a lot of features. It's a very easy to use, but it's really loaded with great features to do things with. And I use it a lot. Actually, all the audio that I create for the podcast comes from my video. I use ScreenFlow because it'll extract the audio out of the clips. It then puts it through a processor that removes levels all the levels so they're the same, so that you don't have one person really loud and the next person's not so loud. So you're kind of turning the volume up and down. It makes those things nice and smooth. So it's really a robust editor. But anyway, it's got some unique features that we're going to use now. So this is using the visual to audio clip. I'm also going to use the Pictory for that because I think that it's ideal for that. And or you could use the purple one. I'm going to actually demonstrate both of them and why I would use one versus the other. I mostly use the purple, and I'll explain that, but I want to show everything, so let's show it all. So let's go back to our video. Here is ScreenFlow. So I put that clip, the whole clip, an hour clip right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a 1 minute section. So I'm trimming off part of the front, and then I'm going a minute later. Now I previewed this clip. I'm just not boring you with that. And I've created a 1 minute clip. And then I duplicate that clip so that I've got 2 clips now. So the same exact clip doubled. And the reason for that is going to become apparent right now, as you can see when I put the playhead over it. So they're one on top of the other. But what I really want to do is be able to separate the 2 clips out so that I've got a slide on the top and our speaker on the bottom. Now, that's what I said. This is so simple that you can manipulate these things to fill in those squares just like that.
Cystoscopic.
And you can see you can change where it goes. Now, one of the things you may, if I'm going to stop this for a second, you can see on the screen, there's a little yellow bar on that top video line. That's called the action bar. So you can move that around. You can increase the zoom effect. You'll see it when we play it. But so the top slide, I sometimes want to capture different areas of it. So that's why I'm creating these. And I'll create another one somewhere. You'll kind of see how I'm manipulating it. But this is all kind of real time. It's just scrubbing through and figuring out where you want these things to line up. It has cropping, so I don't like how the speaker's name is being cut off, and because it's got too much from that top slide coming down, so I trimmed that a little bit. I can move his slide up a little bit, but I need to trim his a little bit. And it's full controls, left, right, top, bottom. Super simple, and that's the look I'm going for. Again,
so this is automatically tracked by the robot.
So now I go ahead and just tell it to export it out. So it's going to create a movie. And I can put that movie into Pictory through that blue choice. You just find your movie. I put that on my desktop. There it is. Aquablation, open it, and then upload it. And it's going to do some magic for us. Now, the reason I like to use that is because it, and I can tell you, ScreenFlow, I could go right to YouTube and Reels with it. But I just think there's some added things that I can do through Pictory to make it a lot easier. So one of the things it always makes the clip 50 or 5 seconds long. I got to change it to 53 because I know it's a 53-second clip. Remember, I got to keep it under a minute. So I'm going to add an intro and outro to this so that I got a little more on the slide. And once you build a template, these things can be automatic and just a matter of uploading the front loading slide for this. So I took that. You can type in the name, change the font, move it around, completely customizable, but change that time to be 3 seconds for the front slide, 3 seconds for the back slide, 59 seconds for the total movie. So it will become a short. Otherwise it won't. And that's what it looks like.
And here you see the aqua beam kind of working, and it kind of sweeps high pressure water against the prostate, and you see a live cystoscopic view of this as well. Just truthfully, that the cystoscopic view is much more obscured in.
So now that's pretty cool, but this purple one is going to be the magic. This is AI. So what it does is it takes that same clip, and as you can see, what it did now is it created a text of what he was saying. And one of the things you see it's highlighting are what we call filler words. We all do it. All those type of words, those are filler words. Now here's the magic. You can go in there and tell it to get rid of those with clicking one button. And there it is. It says remove filler words up there. I'm just pointing those out. And there we go. I'm going to click that off. And you see, boom, they're gone. All those filler words are gone. Now, here's the magic. The magic is not only are they gone from the script, he won't say those words. It's editing. I don't know how they do it, but it's editing what he says. So we can see that it's going to go in there and prepare the video. It's also going to break them out and do a script like before. And there they are. So now here's another interesting thing. So we can see that, and like a lot of us, instead of saying kind of, he says kinda. Well, you can go in there and actually edit that and make it kind of. And I think you're going to see it sounds like he's saying kind of instead of kinda the second time. I'm going to show you those. And do you have to edit that? I don't know. I mean, we all speak that way. It's probably reasonable to leave it that way. And now you see I could put the space between those two slides just for the reason of having an area to go ahead and put in my closed captions. So that's how I chose to do it that way. And now we'll take a little quick preview here.
And here you see the aqua beam kind of working, and it kind of sweeps high pressure water against the prostate.
So that's pretty darn good. I mean, it's doing all that itself. I'm not writing or, the AI is figuring out the script. Now I'm going to do kind of an unfair thing to Dr. Shah. I cut this out with just his going through the original script without changing it with the AI. And you can kind of hear the ums and listen at the very end because it actually cut off the last word that he was saying. And when I go and I put the AI in, it's going to fix that. So here we go.
Tracked by the robot. You see that shaded area once again, they're doing the butterfly cut, so it's just sweep. This allows for still treating the tissue that's obstructing, but preserving enough tissue where we're preserving ejaculatory function.
Okay, so now we'll go and run it through the AI.
And here you see the aqua beam kind of working, and it kind of sweeps high pressure water against the prostate, and you see a live cystoscopic view of this as well. Truthfully, that the cystoscopic view is much more obscured for most patients when you're doing this, but that's a very nice video. And there's continuous inflow and outflow of fluid that is monitored robotically, where you know that you're not over distending the bladder or it's under distending it. And so this is automatically tracked by the robot. You see that shaded area once again, they're doing the butterfly cut, so it's not doing a full sweep, it's doing kind of a quarter sweep. This allows for still treating the tissue that's obstructing, but preserving enough tissue where we're preserving ejaculatory function.
So that is that's AI using for reels. Did you notice the first one said ejaculatory and it kind of stopped. It filled in function. I mean, crazy. So that's really my quick trip through, maybe not so quick trip through AI. But anyway, that's time for you guys to put in your questions and time for me to bring in our panelist. And let's go ahead and do that. Hey guys, welcome back on. So what'd you think of AI? Is everybody ready to sign up for it?
For a content creator, that saves a ton of time where you don't have to sit in front of an editor, find all these clips, find the audio, worry about copyright issues, and then do the editing, the resizing, picking out the aspect ratio that you want for your final production. That's just such a time saver.
Yeah.
And what you did with the elimination of the filler words, that is something that I have to work on. I'm still working on in eliminating that, because when I'm being paid thousands of dollars in front of an audience, I have to make sure that I'm the most effective. These filler words rob you of your authority, credibility, likability in your speech. You can have, so visually, you see me, I can change this based on what I'm wearing, the watch, rings, earrings, with nose ring, whatever. I can change my visual quality, and that's your impression when you see me first. So if I look great, got a nice Armani suit on and everything, my visual could be a 10. But the way I speak, if I speak at a level 2, that cements your impression of me at a level 2. So that's interaction in real life. My thinking is, will there be a time in the near future where you are doing things virtually, not face-to-face in person, where as I'm speaking, there's a slight delay where the AI takes my likeness and removes the filler words. And if I use slang like kinda, it'll make me say kind of.
Yep.
It make me sound intelligent. That's awesome.
It is kind of scary too to think that this AI is, and I think we're at the very tip of the iceberg. It's just coming out of the water. What's below is crazy. I keep an eye on all these things. I mentioned ChatGPT. I use the 3.5 version. They just came up with I think it's 4.0.
Yes.
And, it's just, the improvements are incredible. The Pictory, the one I just demonstrated, between the time I did my demo video and I went back to do something recently, and they've already said, hey, by the way, just to let you know, our library just grew by 10%. We've added this another library of free to use video clips. And I tell you, I think what they did is they got a lot of medical stuff in. And you'll see when you see next week's episode, because I did the clip from that. And these things didn't exist when I was looking at them originally for other things. So it is a pretty amazing thing. Andrea, any thoughts or questions on that?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. I had no idea that we had technology to take out filler words. Super impressive, the before and after videos. And as you were giving the presentation, I started thinking about what urology has to offer. And I didn't realize this, but I kind of looked it up. We actually have social media influencers in the world of urology. And there is an article from European Association of Urology that breaks down the top 100 urology social media influencers, who they are and where they're from. So apparently, most are from the United States, 64%. 85% of those are male, and 91% are practicing urologists. Most are in academic medicine. So most are from the United States. And then the second country with the most urology social media influencers is the UK. So very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's very great. Hey, Lori, any comments that you have?
I am so not IT savvy. I have no comments other than it looks great. But Vic, next time I need to do something like that, I'm still going to be asking you for help.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's true. And I think, a lot of people look at this and say, well, wait a second, I don't think I could ever do that. And it's just not true. I mean, these things, not only is AI making it, doing amazing things, but it's making it easy to do. I was also looking at the Bard AI, which is the Google's AI, and a lot of that is just speech to, you can speak to it and it'll look up things and create stuff for you. They'll write code for you if you want to create a program. I mean, things that are just unthinkable probably just a year ago that these things are able to do. It's really amazing. So I think it's definitely something you probably want to at least have your ear to and pay attention, because it's going to be something out there that I think is going to make a difference. And as John had mentioned, someday, it'll probably be added onto this program where it can take out filler words just to make us look better, because it just, there's a slight delay between when this goes into my microphone and when it comes out to all the viewers. And so it's got time to work on it. And as some of you probably don't know, there is some AI going on even in this show. Most of you probably don't notice a lot of background noise. So recently, the company that I use called StreamYard added this AI filtering system where it can detect. I think we had a good demonstration last week when Lace demonstrated the biopsy gun and she fired it off and it didn't sound like anything. And most of us know it's it's noisy. It's not terrible loud sound, but it makes a much louder noise than it made when she did it. That was AI in the background, keeping that stuff filtered out. So all sorts of things it's going to do. So folks, if you have any questions, I don't know, Andrea, can you take a quick peek through there, see if anybody's got any questions to put up on the screen? We have a few extra minutes.
Absolutely. No questions coming through yet.
Okay.
Well, along the same
no
veins,
questions coming through yet, but we do have a.
Oh, some comments. Great. Urology social media. Who knew? Yeah. Hey, maybe I'll make that list someday, huh? One can only hope.
I don't know if you want that responsibility and headache. It's addicting.
It's true.
It's really addicting. I run multiple YouTube channels, and the desire or the compulsion to make more content to push out there, it's pretty strong once you get going.
Yeah. If you wanted to try to do something like this, be prepared. It does take a lot of work and time. I just had somebody who just signed up to be a speaker for us in November, and somebody I saw doing some work on LinkedIn, one of the physicians, and thought he'd be a great speaker for the show. And he said, yeah, I'd love to do it. He says, I don't know how you do it. He goes, this is really, a lot of compliments. He said, this is really a great show. Well done. And he says, I know how much time it takes because I do something similar. So it is time consuming, but I always say it's only work if it's not fun.
Yeah, that's so true. Just as we can use AI for our benefit, there are ways to use AI for nefarious purposes by criminals. I just sent my in-laws last night, as a matter of fact, sharing with them how criminals are using AI to change the voice. So for instance, my likeness is all over the internet. You can use AI, take the likeness of my voice and create likeness of my voice and use that to call a family member, and using a device or a software program to spoof the phone number. So for instance, if I were to pretend that I'm you, Vic, I will take your cell phone number, call your significant other using that spoof number, and it would show up on her phone as Vic or husband or love. And then she'll answer the phone and she'll hear the likeness of you using AI. And I can say, hey, sweetie, can you give me my social security number? I forgot.
Yeah.
And she'll look it up thinking, oh, okay, that's easy enough. Let me look it up and I'll give it to you, this person. So I shared that video with my in-laws because there are a lot of people, especially the elderly, are being scammed by criminals using these techniques. And in that video, when the television show producer gave a demo doing what I just described, she said every single time this unsuspecting victim has fallen for that technique. That's how scary it is.
Yep. So it's fishing at a whole
really
new level.
Good to know, Dr. Lynn.
So I was telling my wife and my oldest last night, so how do you mitigate against that? Well, among your family members, you can create a safe word or a password among yourselves and say, okay, so what's the safe word? Well, AI is not going to know that. Or better yet, you can, if you sense something not quite right, you can say, you know what, I'm doing something. Let me hang up with you and I'll call you right back. So you can call them back using the known correct number.
Yeah. I was kind of saying, how this, I get these calls from Medicare and it's sounds so human. And the questions are very, the type of conversational, like in the old days, you could tell when it was a robocall, but these are very conversational. So I've learned I ask a question way out of the blue and it can't seem to, as of yet, can't seem to handle it. I'll say, so what's the weather like in Arizona? And they just can't answer it. It'll just kind of stall it. And so then I kind of go, all right, I know you're a robo, and hang up on it. But, I think that your point, and it kind of showed in this little video that I just did, it's correcting stuff in his voice. And that's the scary part because it's able to recreate voices and,
you almost want to leave that in or just as well you can remove filler words. I bet AI will allow a button where you click on the button that says add filler words to make it sound more real.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but the AI I had reading the slides. It has inflection in the voice. So usually it was very robotic, and he goes to the store and, it's just all kind of very monotone, but not anymore. AI throws a lot of that in there. I didn't demonstrate it, but it offers, I think there's like 100 different voices that you can use with accents too. You can have an Irish person. You can have a British person, South African, Australian. They're all speaking in English with an accent. So it's just crazy. Here, you talked about how you work so hard to bury your accent. Now they want to add it in. So it's just crazy.
It's all about connection. And the reason why everyone else is pushing out reels and shorts copying TikTok is because as you said, Vic, we have short attention spans. And the platforms like YouTube are favoring or promoting shorts and Facebook, Instagram Reels because that's where their customers are paying attention. Yeah. And you have to think in terms of these social media platforms. What is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to keep your attention, is to keep you watching, keep you scrolling.
Yep.
And why do they want to do that? Is because they can say, we have 1 billion active users every single day. We deserve to be paid X number of dollars to these advertisers. We deserve to be paid X number of dollars for your 30-second ad or 5-second ad or pre-roll ad and things like that. So they're keeping our attention, creating a product to suck us in, to stimulate our dopamine production so that they can sell ads.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's very true. They're all about the monetization of us. Yes. We are the product. Somebody, I was watching a show and it said something along that line. If you're not paying for it, you're the product.
100% true.
And they're the data. My wife has this program on her phone, drives me nuts. I keep telling her not to use it, but she's sucked in, where you can scan your receipts into it.
Yeah.
And it makes this really friendly noise, exciting, like almost like what you get when you go to a casino. That you put it in and then you get points, and the end result is she can get an Amazon card for $10. And I go, but if you're getting $10 from them, they're getting something from you. I said, they're finding out where you shop and, what you consume. And she says, oh, don't worry. She says, I get everybody's receipts. They don't know anything about me.
Well, that is true. One of my staff members uses that same product, and I would give her my receipts, and then she would just scan it in and then get points. They do try to gamify it. So, like you said, every time you scan it, there's a casino sound.
Yep,
is created by that software program. It comes up that sound, and you're like, hey, cool, I'm rewarded. I'm gonna scan more, find more receipts on the ground, and scan it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this has been great. I know we have a smaller audience. Not big surprise. It's going to be a great. I'm in the Chicagoland area. I know our weather's supposed to be fantastic. It's going to be, I think, a high of around 85. Did it get cooler a little by you, John, or is it still scorching?
Yes, because we had a little storm Thursday
Good.
night and rolled in yesterday. Was nice.
So
Nicer. Nicer. How's that? Nicer.
nicer. So great. So we all have a little better weather coming our way. And the last holiday for the summer, unfortunately. So, oh well. Well, anyway, hey, let's make a commercial for next week's episode. Be sure to join us next week. Clarify, a new injection that came out for helping it with PET and CT imaging. So we have a speaker from their company that's going to talk about that. So we're looking forward to finding out more. And as always, couldn't do it without you guys. Have a great rest of your holiday, and we'll see everybody next week.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.